Hi guys, I'm Shelby from Glitter and Gingham, and I'm here today to film a tutorial on how I style my short hair. If you've been following me for a while on Instagram or my blog, then you know that not too long ago my hair was much longer. It got to the point where I was just done with it. I couldn't stand it. It was driving me crazy, so I decided to go for the chop. I've really been pleased with my short hair. It's taken me a while to get used to it and to find a way that I like for it to be styled. But I think I found a way that works for me and that I'm really liking lately. So I'm going to show you kind of step by step what I do to achieve that style. Now, let me preface by saying that this is my very first video that I've ever filmed, so it should be interesting. Bear with me, please. And also, let me preface by saying that I'm going to show you all of the products that I use. They're by no means all necessary. They're products that I either already had or I use to add major volume to my fine and thin hair. So let's get started. Well, actually, before we get started, let me say that I use a volumizing shampoo and conditioner. I find it works best for my hair because it is on the thinner side. I have them here because I knew I'd forget what they were called. I use the Big and Sexy sulfate-free volumizing shampoo and the conditioner to match. You can find these on Supercell Ulta for like 12 bucks for a big bottle like this. And I know you can find them other places other than Ulta, but and then, so after I get out of the shower, I use this can you see it there? There we go. Proganics Volume Root Boost Finish and Body Builder. So what I do when my hair's wet, I just kind of flip it over and I spray the bottom half, and then I'll just kind of section it off like this and just all the way up, and then separate it like that and do the back as well, and then do the other side. So, and then I just take a blow dryer to it. I don't do anything fancy. I don't know how to work a hot, not a hot roller, but a round brush. And if I ever take the time to try to learn, I feel like my hair looks no different when I do that. So I just use my fingers or a brush to kind of comb through it. And then this is what my hair looks like after it's been blown dry. So let's get started with the nitty-gritty stuff. Also, I'm going to be using 2 curling irons. It's by no means necessary. I just already had 2 sizes. One is a 3/4 inch Hot Tools, just your regular curling iron. I've never mastered the wand or the straightener trick. And the other one, I can't remember. This is older. I can't remember if this is an inch or an inch and 1/4. But they're just the Hot Tools, the regular ones. You can also find these on sale at Ulta a lot. So that's why I always just go for these, because I find that they're really good quality and you don't have to spend a lot of money. So the first thing I do is I'll just pull the top half of my hair up. Let me see here. Just in a little bun just to get it out of the way. Now the reason I'm using 2 curling irons is because the bigger barrel, I find that it's really hard to curl this shorter layer. But again, it's not necessary, but I would recommend staying under the 1 1/4 inch barrel, just because otherwise your curls aren't, if you're trying to achieve this look, your curls aren't going to be as, I don't know, they're not going to be as curly. So, and I have a mirror right over here. It's kind of hard to see in the camera, so please bear with me. But I'm just going to go through and I'm going to apply this trick to my whole head when I do this. I try to leave at least like anywhere from a ½ inch to an inch out at the bottom. I find that when I do this, it doesn't give me the overly curled look, which I don't care for. So it's just kind of a trick that I read in a magazine actually once. It was like how to curl your hair like Mary-Kate and Ashley. So Lord knows how old that magazine was or how long I've been using this trick, but it works well for me, and I used this same technique when I had my long hair and I loved it. So I'm just gonna go through and start. It's kind of hard also to curl the back of my hair, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm just gonna go through and see how I'm just leaving that little, I don't know if you can see, just like a little bit out. And you're gonna get a curl kind of like this. Doesn't look super, I don't know if you can see. It's not super cute right now, but we just wanna get the bottom half of the hair curled as well. It's not really gonna be noticeable, so it doesn't have to be perfect by any means. You don't have to get every strand of hair, but just a majority of it to kind of, that way your top half isn't curled and your bottom half is just like straight. So, I'm just gonna continue doing this. Also, at the end, we're gonna try to give this flat hair some mega volume. And again, if that's not your thing, don't even worry about doing that step. I just find that my hair doesn't hold volume very well, so I try to prep for that. So I maybe go a little over the top with some product or some teasing, but if that's not your thing, then just leave it out. I'll kind of show you what it looks like with and what it looks like without. And I can almost guarantee that a few hours after I do all of that teasing and product, that it's not going to look like that. It's going to fall and look more natural. So that's why I kind of go ahead and do that step. So the bottom half is kind of curled, as you can see. You just want to kind of give it some texture and a little bit of curl. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this half down. As far as this top half goes, I don't really section it off. I find that that's kind of like time consuming and not super necessary for the look that I'm going for. And another trick that I read in a magazine or on a blog or something was to take like sections, skinny, long sections, to get more of like a beachy wave hair style. So now I'm going in with a bigger curling iron, and I'm just going to do the same exact thing. And here again, I'm leaving, you can kind of see there, I'm leaving a little bit of the hair out just because if I include it, I just feel like it gives me kind of like a Shirley Temple-esque curl, which is what I'm avoiding, especially with the short hair. Now, if you had longer hair, I'm sure it wouldn't matter as much, but so I'm just going to keep going in with skinny, long pieces here. Alrighty, now as you can see, the whole head is curled. It looks okay like this, I guess. If I were to run my hands through it and put some texturizing spray into it and give it a little spritz of hairspray, I would maybe wear it to like work or somewhere less, like more casual, maybe for more of like a professional setting. But like I said, I like some volume. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of show you certain steps I take to try to get more volume into this flat head of hair. So one thing that I have noticed is I find that sometimes my curls like settle towards the end of my hair. I hope that makes sense. But so things that I do to kind of prevent that, or a little trick, I will go back in with my smaller curling iron and I'll just grab like little baby sections at the very like top of my part, and again just using the same technique, leaving that little bit of hair out at the end, and like really like getting it to the base, to the root of my hair there. And I'll do that across here and like a piece or two in the back and then up front, just so they don't fall and I just have like some wonky little waves at the bottom there. So, and like that's a Shirley Temple curl, we don't want that. But we're gonna kind of put some product in there and that kind of thing to make it less perfect and just more kind of texturized and that kind of thing. But again, if that's kind of what you want, then, you know, skip the whole run your hands through it or brushing it out step that I will do. Now this is kind of hard to see in the mirror. Here we go. And again, this step isn't necessary if you're in a hurry, like when I'm in a hurry for work or something. I won't even do it. So, but one thing I will say is with my short hair, I used to have to wash it every day when I had longer hair. But I find that when I take the time to fix my hair like this, it is a little more time consuming. When I got my hair cut, everyone's like, oh, it's so easy to fix. It takes no time at all. And I'm thinking, I think mine takes a little bit longer. But I find that when I take the time to do this, then at night I will just try to maybe put some dry shampoo in it and sleep in it, and then I wake up the next day and I just need to touch up like a few little spots where the curl has fallen, and I'm good to go for a second day. So I don't know if that is, I'm assuming that's just from where my hair is shorter now. But anyway, just a little tip if you want to make your curls last, your hair last for a second day. I always just try to like spray it with some hairspray and dry shampoo and sleep in it. I find that it kind of absorbs the oils better, I guess. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to use just this L'Oreal Elnett hairspray. If you can get past the fact that, I don't know if it's going to focus. You can see it there. There we go. I don't know if it's going to get, if you can get past the scent of this, it's a really good hairspray. The scent is just so terrible. They have an unscented one, but I find that it's kind of just as bad. So here's what we're working with right now. If you just want to kind of run your hands through it, it'll just loosen up all the curls and give you a more laid back look. What I'm going to do is do the extra step that I'll take sometimes. I use this Garnier Fructis texture tease. I've only had luck finding this at, I want to say Target. I couldn't find it at Ulta. I didn't really check anywhere else, maybe a few drugstores, but I couldn't find it there, but I did have luck finding it at Target. So, and it's relatively inexpensive. Actually, it's really inexpensive. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray it kind of at the root there and kind of just bring it up on my strands of hair and take my flat little brush. This is by Mason Pearson. I'm obsessed with this brush. I always say I'll eat ramen noodles for a week to afford this brush. It is just magic, I tell you. Okay, so like that's a lot. That might be too much for you, and that's fine. But like I said, mine falls. So this is kind of what I do to prep for that. And then I'll do the same thing with this top layer here. And just take my flat brush and kind of, woo, hello. And I'll do that all the way through. Sorry, I'm like bending down. I'm trying to see myself in the mirror here. And I hope this isn't like super, super long. Please bear with me as I edit it. I don't even know what that's gonna look like. Y'all might just get the whole reel of unedited goodness. So we shall see. But and again, just do it again. Take it up like that. Oop, I lost it. And just kind of take my brush, and that just gives it like some volume that otherwise wouldn't be there. And if you're feeling like you want even more, then I would just take just a little section up top and kind of do the same thing. And really just kind of, and I find that, I'm sorry, like rambling. I feel that if I just kind of go throughout the day and kind of do this, that texture tease, texture tease is still kind of in there, and it'll give me like a little lift throughout the day. So that is it. If you want something more sleek and not as crazy, then by all means leave out this part and just kind of brush through it. And I'm sure it will look fabulous. I hope this was helpful. I hope that you all enjoyed. If you made it through the whole video, thank you. If you have any questions, just let me know below and in the comment section of my blog. And thank you for watching.